Alright, so let's start with the box first. As always, it's great to just look at the box, appreciate the details that, someone put into it, having this, because it's, in a way, it's a form of advertising when they show this, box on the shelves, and it kind of grabs your eyes, especially on this particular one. Most of the Ultra Act figure boxes have this design where this kind of reminds me of the Matrix, where you have these things running down, and it portrays Ultimate Zero, and it's really nice. I really like this concept here. Really nice box art, and Ultimate Zero will be here, but since I already have it out the box, it's out there, and this is affiliated with Bandai, or actually this is a part of Bandai. On the back, I'm gonna have a bit of poses you can do with this figure. That's great. And you have the sword, which I will reveal in a bit. And I think that's about it for the box. Other information, Ultra Act. Alright, so let's look at the figure. And before we get to the figure, people are going to be asking me where I got this stand in particular, and it does not come with this figure. You're only getting the figure and the other stuff, but this is separate. I got this from eBay. If you look up SD Gundam stands, a seller is actually selling this, guys, and it's really great. Not only I use this for my SD Gundams, I can also use it on this 6-inch figures, which is really awesome. I'm not sure if it's 6 or 8. It keeps it in place. If you're wondering if it can stand on its own, it can. And pretty much the only reason why I have this is if I bump my table, by accident, it's gonna keep falling down, and if I have a couple of them, all of them are just gonna topple down like a domino. And having this, greatly helps me with that. Alright, so looking at the details, it looks really great. I really like the eyes on this one. It looks very serious. There's yellow in the middle and a slight red shade on the outside. Yep. And this particular one is, again, it's different from your normal Ultraman. They don't have the bug eyes. So for articulation, you can move it, left and right, but you hear that stiff joint, which is kind of scary, but in the same time, it's normal. But you can move it side to side and up and down without any problem. And it's actually, if you look at the back, you have this fin here, and it's going in. It looks great. Then you have the shoulder armor here, which kind of moves up a bit, as if you were to move the arms. Yeah, it's pretty good, but it does hinder the arm movement. You cannot go up, or pretty much can move his arm that much. Then you have the elbow articulation. Fairly decent. And let's see, you have the wrist. You can have him in different poses you want to. You can wiggle it a little bit. And then he does have this kind of like the bracelet here. I'm not quite sure what this is called. Bracelet of light, maybe, or something. But this bracelet, if you watch the movie, gives him energy, or tree energy, kind of like yeah, pretty much energy capsule or energy pods. That because if you've been watching Ultraman, or not quite sure, or if you haven't watched Ultraman yet, but Ultramans can only fight a certain amount of time before their energy runs out. They have to go back and recharge. Since they're in a different universe, and they can only recharge on over there. So when they go to another universe, their energy gets depleted, and you will see it when their chest beacon here start blinking red. It's kind of like a low battery. So he does have 3 charges because he has to fight Belial on a different universe, and he did use those 3 times in the movie. And I think 3 times, yes. And I'm hoping I'm not spoiling the movie for you guys. It's a great movie. I guess you should. I mean, I highly recommend you guys watch it. Other than that, Another thing I find particularly interesting about, or not interesting, but I find it a bit of disappointed, is you can't really move the arms. He doesn't have the swivel right here. Although if you look closely, he might have, but it's all fused with this armor here. So certain poses, like, see, I just want him to move this up, like you're saying but you have to move the whole shoulder up or something. So it's a little difficult, but you gotta play around with it. Then you have the abdomen. Really great sculpting, really great design. I really like that, how the silver goes like that. And on the back, again, you have those fins. You have the pretty much really great, and you can move it side to side. And one thing you'll notice about this guy, well, aside from that, it moves like with the limitation of a a normal person. You cannot do that really flexible things, and in some aspect, the Ultraman, like how they have it is there's a guy wearing the suit, so pretty much a person, and in some aspect, it's great that they restricted the limitation to that. It's more realistic. This fell off because I think it's inherent defect on my figure. My other Ultra Act doesn't have that problem with this one popping off. It's just mine. I don't know why. Another thing I also need to realize with Ultra Act figures, the QC or quality control is not as great as other figure line of Bandai, like the Robot Machine. I think that one has really great. I only found few, like really minute, and they're only in the paint section. But this guy is here. I mean, you're having problems with joints falling off. But I can I can live with that. I mean, I can put it back. It's not broken. It's just that it's kind of loose sometimes. And for that the hip connection, it doesn't give you much movement. Again, you're gonna have with that within the realm of a normal person. But you do have an awesome knee articulation, really great. And you have the ankle right here and toes. If you wanna kneel down or have that interesting pose right there. Yeah, so that's it for articulation. I don't know if I mentioned this part here, but I'm not really quite sure what that is for. But yeah, that's it for the articulation, and let's move on to the different accessories he has. So I'm just gonna go over the hands, and this is some sort of an accessory. You're gonna have this open hand for his right arm. Then you have this. He uses this when he's doing his poses for attacking. He does have this for both of his hands. You also have the handle, or the gripping hand, which I think is for both hands as well. Other than that, you're gonna have both fists and both of. Actually, no, you're only gonna get this one because the other one is this one right here. So that's pretty much it for the hands. Another thing I want to point out. Actually, before I go there, this middle part here, you can actually remove this part. Let's see if I can remove it. And on the other Ultra Act figures, you're gonna have a separate icon or the beacon where it's red. But this particular one, you just have that, or you can have this. So it's kind of like a combination of this and this one right here, which is kind of like a shield. So it's kind of interesting. So this goes on top of this, and you're gonna get this one, which is a totally different piece. So I'm just gonna remove this part here, put this back, and actually I'm gonna go ahead and remove this and put that shield on. The shield, the wrist is kind of hard to take off. It's really stiff and kind of tight too, so we're gonna be careful. And we're just gonna go ahead and put this on, which is a little bit tricky too. Where is that? That's actually, I'm gonna put this on the one with the hand holding, because we're gonna use that later on. And let's see if I can push it in without any problems. It's kind of hard. It's kind of like Revoltech joints, the ball joint, but it's slightly different and a lot stiffer. Actually, let me do this off camera. Should have paused the camera too, but oh well. Alright, I think I got it on. Over there, yes. Along with that, again with the bracelet here, this one actually turns, I believe, onto this. As you can see on the top there, it's kind of like his scepter, which you can remove and, you know, just combine this way, so it's shorter, then it extends. And you use it on a movie. Ah, it keeps falling off. It's actually, yeah, I find it hard to put everything together behind camera. Okay, I think I'm getting this. Alright. No, it just popped off. Great. I usually don't have this problem. Oh well. There we go. Right. So I have him grabbing the scepter. And another thing you can do is the sword, which is really cool looking. And I wonder if this is part of that on the back. We're not sure. But let's go ahead and put it on. That's another thing I'm almost wondering about. There's a lot of hand popping off. You know, why not just have it so it's like this, as opposed to a full enclosure? And again, here we go again. And it doesn't really help if it's that close. You don't have much space to put the hand back. So it is a little bit hard to put the hands on, and not to mention if you can do a lot of hand swapping and putting on the equipment back and removing it, like what I'm doing right now, it will take you a while. There we go. I got it. I got it. Sorry about that. There we go. And it's kind of loose, so you're gonna have to push it back. So we have the sword, you have the scepter. I think in the movie he's using the scepter separately, but you know, have him both. Yeah, it's fine. And also, I think another best way to display these guys is using a Tamashii Stage Act, and this is number 5. And you're just, and it's better if you get the clear one. Just my camera, have him the flying post, looks really great. Alright, we have him in his flying post, really epic. And actually, if you do have Dark Tiga, which I'll review eventually, it does come with this exclusive stand, and I'm not sure if it's still available, but I did order mine from HLJ, and they sent it along with the Dark Tiga, which is great. So if you don't have a Tamashii Stage Act 5 yet, if you get that Dark Tiga, it comes with it. Well, if it's still available, that is. Right, so my final verdict on this figure, overall, I really liked it. It does portray the Ultraman, and you know, quite well. You know, Ultraman Zero. My only concern is you know, the quality control. My hip joint keeps popping off. Limited arm articulation, but maybe I'm asking too much since I got, you know, so used to or already experienced, you know, the Band Presto STM figures, which are crazy articulate. But then again, it's, you know, between, you know, something, you know, human or human-like into something that's robot. So, but overall, you can have these awesome poses. You can recreate the movie if you want to, especially if you have the Belial figure, which I also have. And you know, overall, it's really great. It's a really great display piece on your shelf or your desk. I really like this, and the the details and the paint job they put on this one is really great too. So that's pretty much it for my review. I hope you guys find it informative. I'm not sure where you can get this particular Ultimate Zero. I don't think HLJ has it, or they might restock. But you can still find it around. I think it's still readily available out there. And again, if you haven't watched the movies, and sorry if I do spoil some of it on this review, go check it out. It's a great movie to watch. So there you go. That's my review for Ultimate Zero. So until then, this is Meads. Thank you for watching.